Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Motherfucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the laws of the universe and the mind, and how to reach your fucking dreams. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Edinburg Lectures on Mental Science by Thomas Troward, and we're doing chapter XV, which is chapter 15, the soul. I'm going to split it into two parts, which is one is talking about the intuition, okay? And the other, we are talking about the imagination, okay? Where did I put this? All right. So, all right, so I'm gonna write this down part 2. Before we get started, ask yourself this question. Am I ready to learn and apply? If you are not ready, do not continue watching. This will not benefit you. If you are ready to achieve your dreams, okay, you're committed to your dreams, ready to reach what's going on in your heart right here, the desire that's going on in your heart. Okay, when I was incarcerated, my desire was to be a good person and go to college, okay? And being a good person connected me to a lot of spiritual books. I read a book called Reign of Gold. This is such a good book. I should buy it again. I've gifted that book plenty of times, I think, or maybe just once. But it's a really great book. I read it in the whole when I was incarcerated. And it was because I made a decision. I want to be a good person and I want to go to college. So those books, they bring around a cart. The COs, the correction officers, bring around a cart. And I got that one. And then I got the Bible. They had a Bible there, so I got the Bible. And I started reading and learning about how to be a good person, connecting with the universe, with God. Your connection with God doesn't need, you don't need to go to church. You don't need to do all kinds of other activities. It's within you. When you acknowledge the source, it'll come to you, and it'll be your friend if you want it to be your friend. You could call it your enemy. It'll be your enemy. It's amenable to suggestion. It's subjective mind. All right, now that you made those choices to one, learn and apply and reach your dreams, let's get started. If not, get the fuck out. With all due respect. Hope you understand. I know you understand. All right, so the will. No, the will. The soul, and we're doing a conversation on intuition. In the beginning of the chapter, he explains that he doesn't even mention the soul. He mentions spirit. He mentions that mind, our thoughts impact our body. But there was something higher above mind, which he talks about as the soul, as intuition and imagination. Okay. Intuition and imagination, which is spirit. Okay, the soul. We cannot really literally grasp the soul. Whenever we look at something very, very small, like an atom or ether, you can see some type of like particle. It's not spirit, because then we can measure it. It has a vibration and a wave, and it's measurable. When you measure something, it's because it is in time and space. So this is the logic we're coming from, okay? So spirit, the soul, you can't grasp it, you can't grab it. So it cannot be understood through physicality, okay? And measurements. So the moment we start talking about physicality and measurements, it is no longer non-physical. And this non-physical power is what impacts our mind, okay? So the spirit impacts the mind, okay? Our consciousness, our state of consciousness impacts our mind, and our mind impacts our body, okay? Through the brain grooves. We talked about brain grooves, or these neural pathways that we create by repetition of our thoughts and affirmations, okay? And the repetition of that causes our action. All right. There's a book called The Manual that I'm reading about attracting women and like seducing women. And he says, don't, you can learn techniques. Don't learn techniques. It's your beliefs. Your beliefs, blah, blah, blah. Beliefs impact your actions and therefore your results. So you want to change your beliefs to get different results. I'm like, duh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Of course, he's not talking about the universal mind. He's not talking about affirmations and visualization. He's talking about beliefs, which is an affirmation. Beliefs and how they impact your results in your life. Okay, so you got to change your beliefs. You change your beliefs, you change your actions, you change your results. And right here, he's talking about the intuition. Now, the intuition is a subjective mind. It's the universal mind, and it gives you guidance, okay? Gives you guidance. How do we use the intuition? Of course, it's spontaneous, but we can guide the direction of the intuition of this higher power by focusing on abstract principles in the way that you want it to move. He writes, the creative process, thus, in the first instance, is purely a matter of feeling. Wait, hold on. What the fuck? My bad. The fact, however, remains that the intuition works most freely in that direction in which we most habitually concentrate our thought. And in practice, it will be found that the best way to cultivate the intuition in any particular direction is to meditate upon the abstract principles of that particular class of subjects rather than only to consider particular cases. Perhaps the reason is that particular cases have to do with specific phenomena, that is, with the law working under certain limiting conditions, whereas the principles of the law are not limited by local conditions. And so, habitual meditation on them sets our intuition free to range in an infinitude where the conception of antecedent conditions does not limit it. So what he's saying here is that focus your intuition on abstract principles, meditate upon, okay? He says meditate, not you can't focus your intuition. Your intuition, you can direct it, right? You can direct it. It's the same thing with creation. We don't create, everything's already created. All the material that we need to create what we want is already created. So we basically co-create in a way where we're just the director, right? When we hold the wooden lathe, our imagination holds the power lathe, right? So we're holding, using our will and imagination, an image that we want to create, but it's already created. The moment we think about it, it's already there because all the substance to create it, it's already here. We're not creating, we're just basically holding, all right, the image, or distributing the energy, okay, distributing the energy to create a certain thing on the physical, all right, to demonstrate, okay, let's use demonstrate, because as Thomas Troward tells us, creation is already done. It's already done. Everything that you need is already done. The material is already here. The spiritual and the physical material is already here. There's only abundance. There's only unlimited resource when we understand this. So he says, the best way to cultivate the intuition in any particular direction is to meditate, to think upon the abstract principles of that particular class of subjects, rather than to consider particular cases. So Genevieve B. Rand came to mind, and like affirming money. You just see the money with yourself. You don't say, I want to get the money through selling shoes. Because then you're limiting the universal mind. It could be, the universe could give you a check for a lottery. It could give you a check for compensation for maybe your car or something. Like, hey, we got to give you back a certain amount of money for your car. It might mess up, so we're going to give you 100 bands, 100,000. So just go fix it. You can keep the 100 bands or you can go fix it. But we gave you the 100 bands to fix it. Okay, it's up to you what you want to do with that money. But you look at the car and like everything looks fine. You get professionals to look at the car. Okay, everything's good. No, nothing's wrong with your whatever transmission or whatever. So yeah, you keep the 100 bands. But then you're over here telling, oh, I want to sell shoes, 100 bands, 100. I need 100 bands selling shoes. No. Another way, I love the way my master Bob Proctor says, money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. So you can have a statement that maybe you love doing, like say, I want to earn money lifting weights because I love lifting weights. So I would say something like that. And then add an affirmation like that one or something else like, I want to earn money lifting weights and doing things that I love, So you're opening it up. Lifting weights and other avenues. Or you could just say, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Because you're opening yourself up to the infinitude. So your intuition is in that direction. So you're making an affirmation in a direction of unlimited possibilities. That's what he's saying about the intuition. That way your intuition can guide you through that direction. You don't know when it's going to pop up, but it'll pop up with an idea or a direction of what to do. That is focusing on abstract ideas in a particular direction. Okay, you can say, I'm healthy. I am getting healthy. Or no. That's saying you're not. Just say, I am healthy, strong, and full of vitality. You're not saying, I'm healthy, strong, and full of vitality because I do yoga. No. See how you're limiting the universal mind, so your body's can be like, all right, let's try and get healthy through yoga. No, you just affirm it in a certain way that really kind of gives you like that. That's why I like to put vitality in it. It just comes to me, when I want, like, okay, I'm gonna lift this. I'm gonna lift this heavy ass fucking weight. I'm like I'm full of energy, full of life, full of vitality. Like it just came to me, It just comes to you, like you just gotta listen to your heart. That's why meditation and just sitting still is important because your heart tells you what you need to do. Papa, this I can't say they want attention. They put their butt on you. And man, I keep because my book is so messed up. It's like I think I'm on my page, but it goes over here somewhere. And then I start reading off the page that's not the page. But so that I digress on that. So that's how you move in a particular direction for love. You say you don't. This is why I do not agree, and it's mostly women. What the fuck is wrong with you, women? Always talking about a specific person. You're limiting the universal mind again. Even Florence Scovel Shin, who's a master, I respect Florence Scovel Shin. I talk about Florence Scovel Shin a lot because she understands this shit. She Papá, no te caes, no te vas a caer, papá. She says, wish love to that partner that you want, because a lot of women are always wanting that specific partner, a specific guy with a name. They know this guy, and then she says, just say, I love that guy and I wish him the best. We'll go over. That's the next book we're gonna go over. Like, I love that guy and I wish him the best. Okay, and say this affirmation now about being open to a certain love. My heart is open to my perfect love. My heart is open to my perfect love. You're not limiting the universal mind. You're not limiting it. And if you're not happy, you think that guy is going to make you happy? You're never going to be happy. You got to be happy right fucking now. You got to feel the love, the happiness, the wealth right fucking now, and see it right now to manifest it in your physical circumstance. This is what we're talking about here. You see it in the pure being state, okay? Pure being is talking about you just being a pure, infinite state of consciousness. Like when you meditate, you're just consciousness. You're nothing else. Nothing's around you. Nothing. It's just pure state of consciousness. Okay. And now if you want to achieve something else, then you actually do got to do something very specific. Like you want to win a like NBA championship. That's very fucking specific. But you don't give the tract. You don't give the tract specifically. You don't command the universe. You can. You'll limit it, but it's better to say, I'm grateful I've won the NBA championship under grace in perfect ways. So it's specifically, but you're also giving the universal mind free range of how to do it. You're not going to say, oh, I'm going to win 4-0. I'm going to win the last game, game 7. This is kind of just like basketball jargon. But the thing is, the abstract, focus on an abstract finality. Okay. So this is the conversation on intuition and how you're creating your meditations. How are you meditating upon particular subjects that you want to create? Okay. And I gotta work on this too. I gotta work on this. Like I gotta change some of my affirmations to make it more open. More this versus very narrow, because the universe knows its ways. We're going to talk about a lot of affirmations in the Florence Scovel Shin books. Okay, we're going to go over, we may have to go over the 3 books, The Game of Life and How to Play It, The Word Is Your Wand, and The Door of Success. Okay, Door of Success, I'm reading it right now. It's a great book, but it's more advanced, so it's very good that we're gonna go over the first 2 first. And you're gonna be developing here. You're gonna be developing this understanding of the spirit, okay? Because for some reason you've attracted it. For me, it was just to be good. I want to be a good person, and I want to change. I think that's why I got it, because I wanted to be good. I know bad takes you to prison and brings you bad shit. Going against the law, going against life, going against, helping others and building others up. I was on the opposite end. Okay, that's where I got my wisdom. And some people, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go through that. Listen to me. Don't go through that. Something about me, I've always done what I wanted to do, and I went in the wrong way. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is. So I want to share something that he wrote here is very important on how the intuition works in the universal mind, because the intuition is the voice of the universal mind. Okay, it's the voice of the universal mind, and it's giving you a certain direction. It's always trying to protect you. It's always telling you, don't go there. That's how the intuition usually comes to us. We have a bad gut feeling because the subconscious mind is meant to protect us, is to preserve us. Like your organs, your heart, and things like that. But when we point it in a certain direction, right, then it'll come to us by even asking it. That's why you can ask a question and it'll come. It's called the law of polarity. You say, how can I earn this amount of money? Right? Things start coming to you. And then you use your belief, I'm rich, your positive affirmations, and you create it in the way that you feel that the vigor, that life force through you. For me, I like to use the word freedom. I just said free. just took a deep breath. I'm like, I feel free. Like I am financially free. I have more than enough money to buy whatever the fuck I want and need. I have more than enough money to buy whatever I want and need. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am financially free. So you could take that from me, okay? You could take that from me. And it makes me feel free. It feels good, All right, and your life will start changing. Well, in money-wise, in that area. So quote, and I'm ending out with this quote, okay? And then we'll go over a little exercise. So 2 things left. Quote, in its highest workings, intuition becomes inspiration. And certain great records of fundamental truths and supreme mysteries, which have come down to us from thousands of generations, bequeathed by deep thinkers of old. Okay, I'm gonna start that over again because that's something. It feels like I missed something. In its highest workings, intuition becomes inspiration, and certain great records of fundamental truths and supreme mysteries, which have come down to us from thousands of generations, bequeathed by deep thinkers of old, can only be accounted for on the supposition that their earnest thought on the originating spirit, coupled with the reverent worship of it, opened the door through their intuitive faculty to the most sublime inspirations regarding the supreme truths of the universe, both with respect to the evolution of the cosmos and to the evolution of the individual. Okay. And before this, he says, the importance of recognizing our power of thus giving direction to the intuition cannot be exaggerated. For if the mind is attuned to sympathy with the highest phases of spirit, this power opens the door to limitless possibilities of knowledge. The sages of old. Wisdom, if you look at wisdom, buy books on wisdom, everything's talking about the same thing. Be a good person and you have a good life. Good thoughts equal good actions, good results in your life, good destiny, a great destiny. Seek wisdom from the universe who knows all, who's created all. Seek wisdom from God. These are the things that you see, but you have to request it. Like I requested being good. I didn't know good was being close to the universe, to God, because goodness comes from God. Goodness comes from love. And the universe loves us like a parent loves a child and wants it to grow and nourish. God is that with all of its creations and wants it to grow and nourish it. It's not hard. It's like just logical. It's like once you start seeing the way we work and how nature works, families work, we're all a family. God is like the father. It's kind of like a father. It's the creator. It's the universal intelligence, the universal life force. And we're all the family. We're the kids. Okay. And we kind of understand that when we become close to the mind, to the universal mind, when we align to it and we become that pure being. We're no longer just the ego. We're the alter ego, quote unquote. That's what Thomas Troward says. Okay. We're the alter ego. I like to say that we become gods, because we become pure being. So we become gods. Okay. But we are not the God. We become gods because we are relative first cause. We can create with our mind, using our consciousness, our spirit. So now, let's create the spiritual prototype of what we desire. Okay, take a deep breath. Relax your body. Close your eyes. See that goal that you want to manifest, the one that tugs at your heart. Okay, it's tugging at your heart. So see it now, okay? See it now. Take a deep breath. Run it again. Now, open your eyes. Stay relaxed. Take a deep breath. You just went from the pure being, okay? From being the pure being and seeing that in the spirit realm, and you saw your spiritual prototype, okay? The spiritual prototype, okay? Using your will and your imagination. Okay. Now allow the universe to guide you. Create an affirmation. My heart is open to my good, my financial good, or my true love. My heart is open to love. My heart and body, my mind, heart, and body is open to perfect health and vitality. So you're opening yourself up to that. Okay. So adjust these, rewind them or write them down, and use the I affirmations as well. So the statements that I created, they're more like maxims. My heart is open to love, right? That's directing my intuition in the realm of love. My heart is open to love, not My heart is open to Megan Fox, specific person. I'm already happy now. I'm present. See, I know how to get happy. I need to get present. I need to move. I need to exercise. I'm going to go run right now real quick. So you get that internal validation, that self-validation. Okay? I hope you like this one. If someone came to mind, share it with them. Okay? Share it with them. If you feel like liking, like the video. If you feel like commenting, comment below. And if you feel like subscribing, subscribe. I'm confident this has helped you. It's opened your mind to the infinite possibilities. Until next time, I love you. Peace.